Was there ever another time like this? I've been investing since June of 2021. My portfolio is 80 ETFs and index funds and about 20 individual tickers. I'm down 11 all time despite over 2 years of contributing almost exclusively to index funds. I am wondering how in the hell I can be losing money while following the most milquetoast and low risk investment style. Look into the 80s, the 60s. Yes, the stock market can have a period where it feels painful to enter. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, especially if you keep the same strategy. Stock prices were too high due to excess liquidity in the system. This excess is being drained slowly and stocks will get back to going up once inflation is down and the Fed won't need to keep withdrawing money from the market. Keep doing what you're doing. In 10 years you will be a very happy man. If you want to change investment strategy, it should be long-term oriented anyway. So think about that always. Not the last 2 years. Milquetoast investment style instead of milquetoast, that is probably the issue. Welcome to stock investing. Because you've only been investing 2 years and returns can take time. Also, equities, even index funds, are not considered low-risk investments. 2 years is not enough time to guarantee a return in the market, especially considering how hawkish the Fed has been since 2021. Buy more. I started in 2006 and thanks to international I was over -50 at one point. The reason why people often lose money in the market is because they sell when things get bad. Hold and wait has won in every decade. Turn off your emotions. Interest rates up and your timeline is 2 years, which is quite short. Especially considering you started in June 2021, which is when rates were barely ramping up. Nothing else needs to be said to explain your performance. Just keep reinvesting your dividends and wait for the recovery. You will have more shares when you come out of this. Good luck. This is nothing. A mere blip on the radar. 2008 was a hellish nightmare. The dot-com bubble was in some ways even worse, as we had several consecutive down years and never quite got the strong rally we did. But that rally collapsed in 2008. This is a garden variety correction. 11 is nothing, dude. Stocks are volatile, they just pretended to not be over the last decade or so. If you can't handle 11, you're going to be the guy that sells when they are down 40-50 from some future high, which is likely to happen at some point. What is even more fun is the fact that you have lost even more than that. Take off an additional 10 due to inflation. People who panic after a week of red shouldn't be investing. I genuinely can't believe how little people pay attention to the macro environment that impacts stocks, treasuries, commodity pricing, inflationary pressure, interest rates, or even know what they're investing in. Have a clear thesis. Have a plan and stick to it. What are you invested in? The S&P 500 and NASDAQ are dominated by 7 companies. Pretty much everything but those 7 stocks is either down or negative, including fixed income that isn't in cash, T-bills, money markets, CDs, etc., i.e. the shortest of short-term debt. The US has some serious fiscal issues as well. In fact, about a year before you started investing, there was a big market crash caused by the coronavirus pandemic. The S&P 500 dropped about a third in a month's time. Check out the Nikkei 50-year chart. D11 down seems okay. I lost like 10 this week on my stock portfolio, mainly because of a few underperforming ones and market direction. Time and discipline are your best friends. Index funds and ETF are a long-term game. They are based on the assumption that the market always goes up over time. It could continue to trade flat or go down for a couple more years if interest rates stay or rise. If you started investing before the Great Depression, you'd be up. It's stocks. You invested from a peak moment through a downwards trend. That can happen. Long term for 30 years it's all noise. Also, does that -11 take into account the dividends paid out? Your time frame. You began investing in a few months before the top. This would be like someone saying I started investing in November or December of 1999. It's been 2 years and everything I own is down. Of course it is. It's bad luck, man. What's the best thing you could have done in 2001 or 2002? That's right, keep buying. However, the lesson in that analogy might be to avoid all the really popular stuff which you apparently seem to be doing. Stick with quality and stick with your monthly contributions. Or weekly if possible. It all goes up in the air, ups and downs, just don't worry about it. Yes, repeatedly. But unless you invested before 2010, you didn't experience any of it. Only 11? It can be a 10+ year stretch of negative real returns. Now is when people learn how much risk they can actually handle. 2013 was like that for me. Don't look up 2001 through 2009 or you'll get really upset. Yes, this has happened before. 2000 to 2008 was rough. Go look at charts from 2008. Yep, it's a bummer to see. Just started investing almost exclusively in broad, passive index funds in 2021. Contributed the same amount every month consistently and I'm down. If you're investing though and not trading my position, then I am trying to remind myself I've got 25 years ideally before I will require this money. I actually signed out of my financial apps on my phone today. I'm done fretting about day-to-day variations. I'll simply keep my contributions rolling. Have you just never looked at a stock market chart? Ever? Stocks have never been considered low risk. Stocks can go up and down. Well, you picked a hell of a time to enter the market, you will just need to average down and wait. Hey, expectation is we are far from the bottom yet, so buckle up. It's almost like the market is cyclical. If the market is giving you a headache, you can always take a break and focus on just maxing your Roth 401k and ignore the noise. That is way more than most being invest anyway. Because the overall market is still overvalued. Many ETFs are top heavy. Lol, kid. Stopped reading after I've been investing since June of 2021. Def not. It's super corrupt and it's been exposed. More transparency than ever. People were clueless back in the day. Not anymore. That's crazy. I am down a similar so far and most of my money is in individual stocks like Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon. Considering you've mostly invested in ETFs, I can understand your frustration. You know what they say though. Historically, the average stock market return is 10 per year. Sounds like bullshit right now if you ask me. SMH. EFT is a 10 RO 20-year hold. Because you've only been investing for 2 years, lol. What a joke. Please tell me this is satire. Welcome to Bidenomics. If you entered the market in late 2007, it took until 2012 to make you whole. People on here will tell you it's your fault and say BS like that's investing, guys. Unfortunately, I think retail has woken up and finally realized this is a rigged piece of shit. Machine controlled by hedge funds, market makers, and fundamentals really mean nothing at all. Sick of this crap. Never investing in the US market again.